Hello everyone, welcome to Lush and Salty Aquariums. My name is Stefan and I appreciate you watching. We're looking at my largest freshwater aquarium. It's still considered a nano tank, but at the high end of that spectrum. This is a 15-gallon Fluval F series. It's Fluval's sort of high-end aquarium kit, at least from a few years ago. I know they have a number of new offerings, and this one may not even be readily available, but I jumped on it because I just really thought the stand was fantastic, with that sort of teak or bamboo finished door with a nice solid tight construction. Fits perfectly in the mid-century modern home that my family currently lives in. And I wanted to get a small fish tank but big enough to have some fun with it in terms of plant growth and the amount of fish I intended to keep. So this is a community tank in every sense of the word. You see everything from an Indian pea puffer who's been in there a couple of years to a menagerie of different tetras. You see neon tetras, you see green tetras, you see ember tetras, you see gold neon tetras. There are a few male Endler guppies, and there's even a dwarf rainbow and a number of other oddball fish in here. There's some gigantic Siamese algae fish, or Siamese eating, and there you see one there. It's too big for this tank, but good luck getting it out. When I bought them, they were 1-inch fingerlings, and I got them to control algae growth, and in particular blackbeard algae, which tends to form on the leaves of Java fern, which is all over this tank. Not so much the algae, thank goodness, but the Java fern itself. There are monstrous clumps of Java fern constituting the main thrust of the aquascape in here. Java fern, as many of you know, is among the easiest plants to propagate. It grows from a rhizome, and you do not immerse that into the soil. I don't know if immerse is the right word. You don't stick it into the soil. Rather, you let the rhizome attach itself through roots onto exposed wood or rock work. You can use crazy glue in the beginning, but after a while you can almost just move the clumps around and the gravity will keep them in place. That's basically what's happening here. Some of these plants could be pulled out without disrupting the aquascape, and others are hopelessly attached to the centerpiece in here, which is a couple pieces of beautiful driftwood. I forget the exact species, but common driftwood. And so this was my first wood and plant tank. It's been set up about 3 years now, and I haven't changed it very much, really at all, except to accommodate the ebb and flow of plants and animal life. But it always was teeming with tetras, plenty of corydoras, many different varieties, and then I would experiment with things like the pea puffer and other creatures just to see what I could accomplish in a community tank. I can have these often disparate species living together because of the intense amount of plant growth. Now, as for the plant growth on this tank, I have the nanolite that was issued with the kit. It's an above average in terms of its ability to distribute and throw off light, its power, etc. The one flaw I have with this whole F90 is that this aquarium light uses a Velcro pad, which over time weakens, and the top-heavy nature of the light will begin to create a sinking effect, and even potentially having it snap off, which is what happened to me. So I had to use crazy glue, which is totally a jerry rig, but it's worked for at least a year now, and that's what we have going on there. This pothos is now framing the aquarium. It starts all the way down and up and around in this intense menagerie, which is a Endler guppy tank that I have featured before, so search for it. It's a great experiment in how you can do low-tech aquariums and have intense, beautiful, satisfying plant growth. This pothos plant feeds entirely from the light of this north-facing window and the nutrients that are in that tank from the shit ton of guppies and the waste they provide. It's absolutely driving incredible plant growth from this common house plant, pothos, and that stalk is as thick as a small tree trunk at this point. And I love the way it's used the aquarium to sort of rest its trunk so it can again start vertical growth. You see here how it eventually was too top heavy, bent over, and then found its way as nature does, creating a towering Jack and the Beanstalk. I can't wait to see where it all goes. This is a tank that is underappreciated on this channel. I see it and look at it from my seat every night. It requires little or no fussing. It has had no old aquarium syndrome or tank deaths worth mentioning. It has endured high summer heat and chilly winters with a simple nano heater that's been in since day one. All of this came with the kit, which is fabulous. So if you search the F90 series from Fluval, you might not readily discover a kit on Amazon, but they are there. They can be found sometimes in the inventories at Petco, which is where I think I found this 2 or 3 years ago. The setup took within an hour, and you don't need particular skills, although it is not an out-of-the-box plug and play. I hope you like this aquarium as much as I do, and if you have any questions or comments, do not hesitate to share them with me. As always, keep your hands in the tank. Ciao for now.